Yeah. That's all you got. First.
I hope you weren't expecting me to fight fair.
Yeah. You need to do better than that.
Oh, looks like we're outnumbered.
Easily blocked.
Yeah.
I'll have your head for a trophy.
Come on. All I did was wander in here. You started it. Key to the mine. Steel weaponry of every kind. This one had dwarven arrows. We've already got a key, we don't need to take hers. A dwarven bow. And this one the same. I think this is the mine the Silverblood say they own. I want to find out what exactly is going on in here. And why the guards just attacked me just for walking in here. That seems pretty suspicious.
What was that? Time to end this little game. You pay for that.
I wonder what that does. Apparently little levers that don't work. Silver ingots. We'll take those. They seem like a bunch of wretches here. Odds are I'm making some very powerful enemies doing this, but, yeah, I don't care. Proper lock design. Interesting reading. Look at all these lovely potions. Very nice. Oh, are we over encumbered again? Yeah, we are. That didn't take long. Alright, what can we be rid of quickly and easily in order to solve this? Maybe some of the heavier food items, like that mammoth snout. Oof. Kind of rubbery, I gotta say, but it's food. Well, the only thing that's of at least of some interest would be this door, which doesn't seem to open. I thought that's what those switches were over there were for, but they seem jammed. I can't seem to be able to use them. Oh well. Apparently this is the mine that the Silverbloods own. And apparently their guards thought that they would try to kill me on sight. Not too bad for them. Did the city guard mind? Probably not.
They say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the High King. With his voice, shouted him apart.
Trading company. Maybe there's a way, another entrance? All I really want to do is do business. I'd rather not steal any more than I already have. That doesn't seem to be possible. So I guess we're just going to have to retire to the inn for the night.
You'll find an orc stronghold.
An orc stronghold? Where they are mining or column ore.
My parents are always going at each other.
Don't think you can barter with me like I'm one of those stamped shopkeepers.
My daughter Adara is going to be a fine silversmith when she's older.
Drinks here are watered down, but they're cheap.
There's no shipments coming in, so I do nothing.
This is the Silverblood Inn. I'll let you figure out who owns it by yourself.
I'd like to rent a room, please.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
How much you want to bet it's the same one?
I'm just here to clean up.
I work silver, like my father, and his father before him.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Yes, yes. Ugh, let's get out of all this armor. Oop. Not quite like that. I think it's time we maybe try to relax around the city a little bit. I think it's more than enough time has passed for that to be sensible. Alright, and we should definitely keep our glass dagger on our hip, just in case. Ooh, alright. Well, let's think about this. Maybe we should read something? Might be a nice touch. One of our books that we got, maybe. Let's see. How about Volume 1 of the Dwarves? Let's read that. Dwarves, the Lost Race of Tamriel, Volume 1, Architecture and Designs. Valkalsamal, Scholar of Markarth. Reading his book. Let me begin by correcting a common misconception. The proper term to use for referencing the ancient lost race of Tamriel is Dwemer, or Dwemer. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, actually. It is a word whose meaning is roughly translated to people of the deep in the common tongue, and whose use has been widely replaced by the more ubiquitous nomenclature Dwarves. I would like to state that I use the name Dwarves in lieu of the more accurate term in these books out of sympathy for my readership, whom I can safely assume does not have the breadth of scholarship that 200 years of study have given me. I wonder how he lived that long. He didn't look like an elf. Anyway, with that small point finished, let us begin our discussion on the Dwarves by focusing on the indisputable artifacts that have left behind, their architectural and cultural designs. Unlike the more controversial areas of Dwarven scholarship, the construction of Dwarven cities and relics are well founded due to the plethora of samples taken from the ruins these people have left behind. My own home city, Markarth, was originally one such ruin, and I can state from first-hand experience that all Dwarven designs share a set of common principles that we can use to determine true artifacts from fakes and delineate patterns and methodologies that were important to their craftsmen. First of all, we can say for certain that Dwarven artisans favored stone, at least as far as their buildings were concerned. This is no surprise. With notable exceptions, the vast majority of Dwarven architecture is found underground or carved out of mountains. It is possible, although only theoretically, the Dwarves first mastered masonry as a race quite early, and later examples of metalwork were added on to much earlier stone designs as the Dwarves began to master more complex tools. Regardless, the foundation of all known Dwarven ruins is built on stonework, and the structure of Dwarven stonework is sharp, angular, and intensely mathematical in nature. By a simple count, there are hundreds if not thousands of samples of Dwarven buildings made of precise square shapes, and far fewer examples of discretely rounded or curved stonework, leading us to believe that early Dwarves favored trusted, well-calculated designs based on angled lines rather than riskier, more imprecise calculations based on arcs and curves. This comparatively simple tradition of stone cutting has nevertheless resulted in buildings that are as structurally sound today as they were thousands of years ago, making the works of our most skilled masons today seem like child's play in comparison. Metalwork, as far as we know, is the primary method used to make almost all Dwarven crafts. We cannot, however, discount more easily destructible materials such as clay, paper, and glass from outside the scope of Dwarven craftsmanship, but given the tendency of dwarven designs to favor the longer lasting over the fragile, we can safely assume that at the very least metal was a heavy preference. And the metal used in all so far discovered dwarven relics is entirely unique to their culture. No other race has replicated whatever process was used to create dwarven metal, although it can be easily mistaken for bronze. In fact, many forgers of dwarf materials use bronze to create their fake replicas. It is most definitely a distinct type of metal of its own. I have personally seen metallurgists attempt to combine several types of steel in common and rare ores in order to imitate dwarven metal's exclusive properties. The only method that has been successful is to melt down existing dwarven metallic scraps and start over from there. Interesting.
Sorry, our customer needs a drink.
Too lazy to give him a...
Well, let's see a little bit before bed. Maybe some ale and a little bread. And, get some much-needed sleep. I think 9 hours ought to be enough. Hopefully that lunatic vigilant won't try to attack us again. No idea what's going on there.
You want a drink?
No, I'd rather you just get out of our room while we finish sleeping.
I should remind Klepper to clean this place up.
Oh, maybe a little breakfast, pheasant and an apple, and maybe reflect upon what we have learned. Let's see, I believe, yeah, health. Alright, so what are we getting better at then? Let's think. What about enchantment? We can make fire enchantments stronger. We can make our enchantments on armor stronger, but we're not talented enough yet. Or soul gems provide extra magicka for recharging. Interesting. I don't really do any of those often enough, so I don't feel that it's warranted. Perhaps we're getting better at blocking. We already know how to power bash. We could learn how to deflect arrows. Blocking with a shield reduces... Oh, yes, we definitely need to know how to do that for fighting dragons. Alright, so we'll learn how to deflect arrows with our shield. And then we'll also, hopefully soon, learn how to deflect elemental energies that are channeled at us. That'll be very helpful for when we have to fight dragons. Very good. Meanwhile, anyway, I think we've done enough for now. Probably would be a good time to just relax for a little bit, and then maybe we can continue on with the rest of our adventure later. Alright, good, very good. Well then, let's think about what we have to do. There are quite a few tasks people have asked us to do around here. I'm not really sure in which order we should go about doing them. While we're in the area, at the very least, it would seem that we could go speak to that one man we met at the shrine of Talos here in town. And then after that, perhaps we could leave the city and go down to Dushnik Yal, where the orcs live. Not only would it be good to maybe make a possible allegiance with them there, but also, I heard there's an aura column mine there, and that's just what we're in need of in order to finish making our suit of orcish armor. So I think that's what we'll have to do. There's also the mine outside of the city, and a dragon supposedly up here in the mountains. I suppose, that's what we'll have to do. No need to run. The saber cat of Skyrim is a giant ferocious predator and was often ambushed travelers who stray too far from the roads into the wilds. Yes, as we have unfortunately found out ourselves quite often. It's rather unpleasant.
Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm alright. There's that vigilant over there. I don't want to go anywhere near him after what happened yesterday. I imagine the Silverbloods are not going to be pleased when they catch wind of what I did to the guards in their mine. I was just investigating. They didn't have to attack me. Well, either way, it was righteous self-defense, because I'm sure the guards find out about it, and they don't seem to have any issue with me at all. And I'm not even a Thane here, either. I suppose I could check to see if they received any more Auracolum ingots shipped in. Might as well.
Need a new blade? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Plenty of Garundum and Dwarven. Iron, but no more Auracolum.
Fight.
New too. We should go up to that Temple of Talos, which I believe was up this way. Here, there's nothing saying we can't get a little jog in. A little morning exercise.
Folks tried to break into this canyon.
That's the Healer's Temple. That's not what we're looking for. I think the Temple of Talos is over this way. Yeah, this is the direction it's in. Right here. See what that strange man wanted that came and slipped us a note. I'm no expert on religious matters, but I can't help but wonder why the Aldmeri Dominion forbid the worship of Talos. Perhaps they thought worshipping him would make the Nords a bit too uppity.
I'm sorry to drag you into Markarth's problems, but after that attack in the market, I'm running out of time. You're an outsider. You're dangerous looking. You'll do. You're an outsider. You're dangerous looking. You'll do.
You just said that. What are you talking about?
You want answers? So do I. So does everyone in the city. A man goes crazy in the market. Everyone knows he's a forsworn agent. Guards do nothing. Nothing but clean up the mess.
And you want me to find out why?
This has been going on for years, and all I've been able to find is murder and blood. I need help. Please, you find out why that woman was attacked, who's behind Waylon and the Forsworn, and I'll pay you for any information you bring me.
Now that's interesting. Well, what do you know about this Margaret you mentioned?
She's not from Markarth. The air about her screamed outsider. Visitors to the city usually stay at the Silverblood Inn.
I suppose I can ask around in there. And what about this Waylon? Where did he live?
He was one of the smelter workers. I used to have a job down there myself, casting silver ingots. I never knew much about Waylon, except he lives in the Warrens, like all the other workers.
Can you tell me a bit more about the Forsworn? I know the basics, but not that much.
They're remnants of the old rulers of Markarth, natives of the Reach, followers of the old ways. The Nords drove them out of the city, Ulfric Stormcloak and his men. That was about 20 years ago. But somehow they're still here, and they're killing people.
So, you've looked into these murders then?
Yes. It all started when I was a boy. My father owned one of the mines, rare for anyone who isn't a Nord. He was killed. Guards said it was just a madman, but everyone knew the murderer was a member of the Forsworn. I've been trying to find out why ever since. Gotten nowhere so far. And then I got married. Have a child of my own on the way. I swore I was going to just give up for my child's sake, but it's like my father's ghost is haunting me, asking me why.
That's a pretty interesting story you've got there, Eltrys. Yeah, I think I might be able to look into this for you while I'm here. Why not? We can't have people just getting murdered in broad daylight in the marketplace, can we?
Keep your eyes and ears open.
I will. Dare we pray to Talos? We've worn his amulet for this long. I suppose little harm can come to it. It only seems consistent. And after saying a little prayer to Talos, apparently, yeah, wearing his amulet produces the same effect. And it does not stack. Well, never mind then. So much for a little
Once
extra...
you find out anything, come straight to me.
Sure. So much for a little extra butt-kissing to a Nordic god.
Looks like you weren't followed. Good.
Yeah, everything's alright. Don't worry about it. This is a rather quiet and sad little temple, I gotta say. But, let's just leave it at that and move along. I suppose I could go back to the other temple and say a prayer to acquire that god's blessing, but to be frank, I don't think we need the gods. And if the time comes when I do, I'll call upon them. And I won't do so frivolously. It's not right, and it's certainly not safe. So I guess the question then is, do we head on down to investigate this here in the city? Or do we go to that orcish community? See if we can finish making our armor. I think I'd like to go and see what armor I can, and other ingots and other such that I could get from the orcs. I mean, we did agree to look into this for him, but goodness knows he's been waiting long enough. He can afford to wait a few days more. No offense to him, of course. But we've got many people, many creatures, many beings asking things of us. And I'm not going to break my back going around trying to get them all done as soon as possible. I have freedom. I'll do things on my own time. Oh, good day, gentlemen.
What is it, Argonian?
Nothing. Just leaving town. That one looks a bit like Miko. I wonder how him and Lydia are doing back in Whiterun. I'm sure they're fine. Probably bored. And maybe she can take him for a walk around the local area. Anyway, I need to get myself ready for traveling. Get my sword ready. My quiver of arrows. Let's see. And my armor, of course. I still have to sell some of this. Yes, I don't believe there's anything else I need to be equipping right now, other than my shield, of course. And that should do it then. And before we get going on our way, I think I'll eat some bread. And maybe a bit of cheese. Alright, Brownie. Let's head out. I'm sure you've enjoyed your stay here. You seem healthy and happy. How do we get down? Ah, around this way.